Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to Social Studies Class 5 third term lecture number 2 Struggle for Independence. Let's start with quote of the day. Indeed, Allah does not fail in his promise. We will continue with the history War of Independence 1857 page number 115 we will do today. The British government in the subcontinent had a large army. They made this army to protect their business interests, whose officers were all British. But the soldiers were the local people. The soldiers were Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs. In 1857, certain events took place that led to the soldiers' revolt. The soldiers were issued with rifles, whose greased bullets had to be bitten for loading. The bullets were greased with animal fat. Muslims and Hindus both objected, as lard, fat of pig, is forbidden to Muslims and cow fat to Hindus. When the British reacted severely to the soldiers' refusal and punished them, the soldiers they came out in open defiance, and a battle started between the British and the local people. The battle that they fought is called the War of Independence, 1857. You can see the images of this war. Many soldiers, both Indian and British, were killed in this battle. And in the result of this battle, the Mughal Empire was ended. The last Mughal ruler, Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was a poet as well, he was captured by the British and sent away in exile to Rangoon in Myanmar. The old name of Myanmar was Burma. The Mughal king Bahadur Shah Zafar was an old man at that time. He died and buried in Rangoon. This is his last picture, the grave of Bahadur Shah Zafar. This was his tragic end, the shrine that still awaits a burial in his Delhi palace. History tells us stories of rise and fall. His last poetry shows his grief. कितना है बदनसीब सफ़र दफन के लिए, दो गज ज़मीं भी न मिल सकी कुएं यार में. The Mughal rule was ended and the British took over the country and appointed viceroy to rule. British viceroy. When the war came to an end in 1858, the British government realized it had to improve things in the subcontinent. Railway lines were built and one of the biggest railway network of its time spread across India. British telegraph network was also started in India for speedy exchange of news. The British Indian Telegraph Network. Telegraph lines were also put up throughout the country. British introduced their education system as well. And education on the British patterns started. They said that their aim was to form a class of person, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinion, in morals, and in intellect. We will continue with the history. Inshallah, keep on learning. Allah Hafiz.